All right, it has been a great week. So we had few success stories that I would like to mention and thank to the people who worked on those cases directly. One of them is attorney DeRienzo, and he's handling our litigation department. So I'm going to talk about two cases. Just if you can give general information, what are those cases about and what happened this week?
All right, like you said, it was a big week, and it was a real team effort. We had two major successes. So in the beginning of the week, we had a removal defense case from an individual who was seeking protection against persecution from a country in Europe based upon who he was and the culture he grew up in. It was a difficult case because it was large. It was about a 4 to 5 hour hearing. And it was a fight, and it was a fight because a lot of people just think that you just tell the story and that's it. But the government, when you do before the hearing, the government really tries to kind of trip you up and make you concerned and make it look like you're not credible, because really at the end of the day for these hearings, credibility is kind of the most important thing. So we work really hard, and this was an example of that. We really prepare that client for what's called cross-examination, because it's these types of cases. We always say they're both the easiest and hardest things in the world, because it's easy because you're just telling your story. Nobody knows your story better than you. But the problem is the government are trained to really try to trick you up and to try to make you look like you're not credible. And so our job is to really try to prepare you for that, to say, this is what is going to be happening. So kind of give them a sense of what it's going to look like. And, it's scary. I mean, cross-examination, it is scary, but if you're well prepped,
we made it.
We did.
They're safe from persecution.
That it is.
And you're not talking about one person, you're talking about the family.
Exactly. So that was a big one, because it's, obviously every client we care about and every client we fight hard for, but especially when there's a father to a young daughter and a young son, it's a different story, but it's the same story, but it's different. And it's the fact that those two kids have their father around for Christmas is a beautiful gift. Yeah. And so, that was in the beginning of the week. And then the second part, the second major success actually came way before in what's called the removal defense proceedings. And so a lot of time, or every time you're in removal defense, right, you get your what's called a notice to appear. And in that notice to appear, there's charges. It's almost like an indictment in criminal court. And a lot of people just assume that it's correct, that the government...
They just take it.
Yeah, they just take it and say, fine, and whatever, this is fine, and this is what... Just give me a chance to go apply for asylum, this is what I'll do, and this is why I'm eligible. But, the reality is, the government has to prove everything on that single piece of paper. And our job as the lawyers is to make sure that the government does their job. Mm-hmm. So we have to look through and say, look, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? So in this situation, this was an interesting situation, and this individual was actually put into the detention center based upon a factually incorrect notice to appear. And so instead of just accepting it as truth, we challenged the NTA. And then when the government actually said, no, it's fine, we challenged that evidence to say, nope, you didn't do it. You didn't do it correctly. And the government was like, and the judge was saying, yeah, you didn't meet your burden here. So this whole case is done. So not only is he no longer in removal defense, he's free and out, and everything is good.
Just one additional fact, regarding that case, that the client was in detention center. So we also filed motion for his release. Mm-hmm. He wasn't qualifying for bond, so we were able to secure his release without bond.
Right, so we actually worked kind of behind the scenes and worked with the the prison, and then in this situation it was the prison physician, and got them what they needed, and so we were really able to get the client out and the care they need.
So the client is free.
The client is free,
and the client, there's no prosecution going on anymore.
Exactly.
So there's no removal process. Client is back to his legal status in F1 visa.
That is true.
So the client is able to continue his F1 visa status, which rarely happens after you are charged with, the removability, right? And also we are planning to file for that client EB1 extraordinability visa based on his current legal status.
So
great job. Thank you.
Good week.
Thank you.